They never had a chance. The ground shook, the sky turned black, and by the time they realized what was happening, it was already too late. This is the forgotten story of a city that was wiped out in a single night. Not by war, not by disease, but by the raw, unstoppable force of nature. It's not Pompeii, it's worse. This was Herculaneum, a smaller, wealthier neighbor of Pompeii, buried by the same eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, but in even more horrifying fashion. For centuries, no one remembered it existed, and when archaeologists began to dig, what they found shocked the world. Let's go back to that day. On August 24, 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius exploded. A cloud of ash and smoke rose more than 20 miles into the sky. Within hours, ash rained down on Pompeii, suffocating people in the streets and collapsing buildings under its weight. But Herculaneum, it was spared at first. The wind carried the ash away from the coast. People in Herculaneum watched from a distance as their neighbors were engulfed. Some fled, some stayed, and then it hit. That night, with no warning, a pyroclastic surge, a superheated wave of gas, ash, and rock moving at over 100 miles per hour, came roaring down the mountain. It vaporized everything in its path. The temperatures were so extreme, over 500 degrees Celsius, that people didn't burn. They were instantly flash-cooked. No bodies were found. No signs of mass death like Pompeii. Men, women, and children, curled up together, clutching each other, some with expressions of terror still visible on their faces, muscles contracted, skulls cracked from the heat. Death was immediate, and what they uncovered was horrifying. For a long time, historians believed most of Herculaneum's citizens had escaped, but in 1980, everything changed. Archaeologists began excavating the ancient boathouses along the coast. Over 300 skeletons, packed into tight stone chambers by the water's edge. They hadn't escaped, they had been waiting to be rescued. Boats never came, and when the pyroclastic wave reached them, it killed them instantly, cooking flesh, burning clothing, and leaving only bone behind. Even more chilling, some of the skulls had melted, likely from the intense heat, liquefying fat and brain tissue inside before bursting. This wasn't just death, it was obliteration. And yet, what makes Herculaneum unique is what was preserved, because the city was buried not in ash, but in solid volcanic rock. Many of its buildings, mosaics, and even wooden furniture survived almost perfectly. 2,000-year-old balconies, food in ovens, scrolls in libraries, entire streets frozen in time. Even today, archaeologists are still working to decode the Herculaneum scrolls, hundreds of ancient texts carbonized by the eruption, now being virtually unwrapped by AI and X-ray technology. We're still uncovering what they knew, what they believed, what they feared. But one thing is certain. Herculaneum was a city that died screaming, and for centuries, no one even knew they were gone. Now we do. And we'll never forget them again. Thanks for watching the History Files. Subscribe for more forgotten stories the world tried to bury.